Hi everyone, and welcome to our very first Exploring Intuitive Pathways Facebook Live. Those, Yay! Those of you who will know that this all started in 2020 when COVID first hit. It started as getting together with Helen, who was just checking in on everyone, and then it evolved into creating you together. And now it has evolved into Exploring Intuitive Pathways, which is what we're going to be doing moving forward. And we hope that you will enjoy exploring your intuitive pathway as well, because we really are, through what 2020 was, a case of an Australian, an Irishman, and a Hong Konger walking into a bar. And before they could make a decision about what they wanted, they met two New Zealanders and decided very quickly that they wanted what they were having. So those two New Zealanders, being Helen and Tony, gave us a bunch of tools. They gave us teachings and learnings and wisdom and all the teachings from John, and we loved all of it. And they also gave us a map, and us being us, unconsciously turned the map upside down and headed off into our adventure that is now evolved into this. So we would love to hear your stories and your adventure so far through 2020, where you're finding yourself now in 2021, and has your road been anything like ours, where we're finding ourselves that, hey, like Toto, we are not in Kansas anymore. So Orla will keep an eye on your comments. Please feel free to share. And before we get going, how about we start the new year just by taking a few moments just to take some time for ourselves and closing our eyes and simply just taking a few breaths, deep breaths, to settle in to the new year and to connect to our hearts and our intuition and guidance and spirit, however you wish to term it. And as you come into balance, you feel that connection, feel free to share that out. That balance and harmony out with the whole world as we begin a new year all together. And we can see where 2021 has a path for all of us. And if you're all okay,
Yeah.
So our road definitely wasn't a predicted, foreseen, straight line outcome, destination. There was nothing like that. We took a lot of turns with our upside down map every now and then. turning around the right way or learning from it and finding just the journey has been magnificent. And yeah, we've learnt a ton along the way. So if you guys as well have found yourself somewhere at the end of 2020 and now moving into the new year, somewhere that you totally hadn't expected, please feel free to share with us. We'd love to hear if yours was a windy road like ours or something different.
Yes. We took the map and we think that we're going to head to the aha moment destination. And we turn out, and when we thought we hit the aha moment, we actually hit nothing, but we hit everything except aha moment. What do we have? We have realization, we have I think we have awareness, but anything but the aha moment.
That's true. And also, as we were talking about aha moments, and after we did about 3 different Facebook Lives and aha moments, we came to a place called On a Wing and a Prayer. And what's funny about that, looking back, is that on our way from aha moments to a wing and a prayer, we hit the mountain of illusions, because it turned out that you don't begin with the aha moment. You begin with the wing and a prayer. And it took us a while to kind of even get that. And somebody may have prompted us to let us know that. In fact, we've got a little video here we can show you just to underline that if you want to watch this. So you probably guessed by now that's something that Helen said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we still had that map upside down. It's upside down. To go, oh, you start with a wing and a prayer. So even how we started out was higgledy-piggledy upside down. So yeah, that was the very beginning of our journey in 2020.
Yes. And we spent quite a lot of time. We got a lot of fun in the aha moment, trying to figure out what is aha moment. And then finally, like you said, we hit the mountain of illusions.
So much. Yeah. And it's so bizarre because mountains are so solid, right? And they're so real that you can't look at a mountain and think it's not real. But like this mountain of illusions was completely unreal, completely false. Took us on quite a journey. And I think, like, for me, what was really interesting was how the journey was not at all what I expected. I think is not what we expected at all, and how it just went in so many different directions, obviously because we were exploring it. But what I was wondering was, for people out there watching, obviously COVID had a massive impact on everybody in 2020, but what was it about last year, about your pathway through 2020 that wasn't what you expected? So not using the obvious answer, well, COVID-19, whatever, but was there something in your pathway that you were like, oh, I didn't see that coming? Because that would be great. If you'd like to share that, we'd love to hear that, and we can share them here tonight.
And what also came up was how it showed how used to controlling everything. Well, at least I am. You have your destination, that's where you got to go. Yet when those paths are no longer possible because of COVID or some sort of major resistance to doing something new, when you head straight into that mountain, then, you know, there's a choice there. We can go another way. And in the circles that we went, we discovered quite a lot, and how much just by taking the steps we were able to discover new things and have new experiences. And we ended up looping back to where we thought we were going to as our first destination. We ended up there maybe on the second or third visit, probably while trying to go somewhere else, but it's been wonderful how nothing was ever wasted in the exploring. And that our habit of wanting it to all be right and perfect, how throwing that out the window just lets you have that exploration and how much we've just learnt from it. So that's been really wonderful.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest things I learned, and I only really clocked this very recently because I'm a very slow learner, was how often, even during that journey and through my life, I've been looking for the full stop. So you know how in Hollywood movies they give you the happy ever after? So somebody at the end of a movie might get married and that's the happy ever after. So you might think, oh, I wonder what happened to them, but you don't really. I realized that I've always been journeying, looking for, it's not necessarily the end, but like a full stop. Whereas that isn't how it works. You know, so like you learn something and then I'd be thinking, oh, that's that. But it's never that's that, because we're always exploring. And that really only dawned on me so recently, that how important it is to always be willing, for me to be willing to explore, and that there is no, there's something, a destination, but there's never a full stop outcome. And as long as I was looking for that outcome, I was always cutting off my journey, or trying to cut off my journey. Obviously the journey carries on, but that was something huge that I got from 2020, and even just from the 6 months of this journey that we've done together, that's really kind of just opened my eyes. It's amazing. I have a little comment here from Bronwyn. Bronwyn says, I realized that I'd always been searching for the thing that I should be doing, and what I discovered was how much, once I stopped judging myself, that I was already doing or being all the things, and it wasn't an out there defined career, etc. I had to first accept myself and then correct and then create it. It's when you have an idea in your head of what, like you say, Bronwyn, the thing that you should be doing. I totally relate to that.
Same.
Yeah, same. It's just like what we in the past, what we said we should be talking about this topic. And that's just like we use our head, and then there's nothing related to that topic, nothing at all. So like you said, for me, it's still like the aha moment didn't lead to the wing and a prayer. It's the wing and a prayer first. So when we finally take the bus and go to the wing and a prayer, we did jump on the wing and prayer. But the best part, one of the best part of the story is we forgot, we are on the wing, but we forgot the prayer.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That was quite an illusion. Yeah,
that was a good one. I think I mentioned before that it was a wonderful experience. Looking back, now it's a wonderful experience. But I can't say that every minute was a wonderful experience, because there's some things, our resistance comes up, or a hesitation about this, and there's been tears and laughter and confusion, like not knowing where anything is. But the journey as a whole was just wonderful, like just
astounding.
And one thing that's different is just going like on that wing and prayer, because you don't know, and that can be scary. So
Sorry, Nisha, go on.
Oh yeah, I was just going to clarify, when I was saying it's all wonderful, it doesn't mean there was tiptoeing through tulips for me, with an orchestra in the background saying "Yeah, you," it was you, yay me, but definitely an adventure, exhilarating, terrifying. And just getting into that practice of, okay, don't need to know what an outcome is, don't need to control it, but do have to take steps. That's all been
Gwyneth says here, yes, in 2020 there was so much learning about accepting what is and seeing how little control we have, and how much easier it is when we accept. Yeah. It's definitely easier when we accept. That's a journey in itself. Karen Choi says that she resonates with the wanting kind of the full stop. She said it's like it's like what we kind of, you want to get it done, want things to be done. So she's kind of laughing about that. Marianne says, hang on, I'll put this up. The whole of 2020 was living on a wing and a prayer, and I learned to feel comfortable being uncomfortable and doing things I never thought I would do career-wise, and how much fun the change has been. So because that journey has, I mean, looking, as you say, Anita, looking back as a whole, it's incredible to look at it. But there was definitely challenges, but then that's life, right?
I was just one questions for me. I saw two. We already have a couple of comments, and the two comments talk about the career change. What about I'm curious about the personal journey or whatever journey that's apart from the career. What about in how do you say in whole? Yes, internal. Yes, thank you.
Inner.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Yeah, what was the inner journey? So what happened on your pathway, on your inner pathway that maybe resulted in the outer or not? But that's a good point, Sonia. It's a good question.
Yes, because like Anita said, that like also when we were doing all of this, and then we see what's very interesting for me is that you see the hesitation and resistance. And in my head, I always thought this is resistance first, and then move to hesitation. And then it had never occurred to me, actually, you can move also from hesitation, and then finally see the mountain, a wall of resistance, and then you kind of like, wow, that was so much illusion was trying to hide it, that pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
And then when you hit it, you can't ignore it.
No, it's like we traveled through the valley of hesitation. And you kind of think, oh, okay, we're going through the valley, only to be like resistance. Yeah.
And then what are you going to do about that? Are you going to climb over the mountain or walk back? That's the challenge.
Had to look at it for sure, and take the steps whilst shaking, and guiding along the way.
Yeah. It's like follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And actually, the other place that we visited quite a lot was we went swimming in the River of Perfection.
That was there.
Now that was a swim and a half, wasn't it?
We spent quite a while there, and realizing that nothing we actually did was perfect in any way. Was actually perfect. And it's been liberating to not have that stress and that constant whatever it is that comes with perfection of just following what piece is coming next, and just being open to exploring it, and using the tools that we've been given has opened doors, and trying to be perfect has become very, very boring, and sucks up a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's very heavy. It's very heavy. It's like when we remember that, like we talked about it last time, when the first few Facebook Live, we were trying to be so perfect and proper. That's kind of scary. I look at it like, what, these people?
Well, it was that idea of what we're doing. You kind of think we should present in a certain way. Like there's all that. There's all that kind of like, how do we appear? How should it's this? Is it that? All that kind of stuff.
And on the inside we're terrified. We're smiling sweetly because on the inside we're terrified deeply. Whereas it would have just been easy to say, hey, kind of terrified. I'm doing it anyway, and
see what it comes.
See what comes.
Yeah. So after we have the hesitation and resistance, and then we jump into the message and the messengers, that part.
The message or the messenger, we got a little bit stuck in the messenger bit instead of the message. Yes.
That was true. That is a big one. We were so determined to share this message. We were so determined to get it right. We become completely, once again, what we didn't want to do, we became exactly what we didn't want to do. That was another big lesson.
It was like at the end of the journey, looking back on the map and realizing that, you know, we thought the road was like this, but then we looked and there was actually a road that just went like that. It was only after we had done all this, we were like, oh, we could have just gone right, gone all the way to there, it would have been easier.
And nobody asked us to read the map upside down, that's why. Helen told us the road to the highway. We were like, no, we go like this.
Yeah.
And having that journey has been really enlightening. Like we get to see stuff. It's like when we've done with the course on the membership site. When we go back to do them, we see them in a completely different light. It's because we've had that experience. So that's another thing that we're going to be doing this year is going back to paths that we've been across before and see what we're seeing or how we're seeing them differently now, because it's a bit like our 2020 journey of, wow, what we would have thought at the beginning of the year, things are very different now. So we're seeing things in a different way as well, or at least I am. I'm seeing things just in a different way, thinking, oh, this was this, but oh, now it's that. Oh, and that's that. Oh, now it's this. So, well.
A comment here from Olive. Olive says, that was such an eye-opener, the trying to be perfect and to learn what amazing things happen when you don't do that. It's an epic lesson. It is epic. Oh, it's epic. And like you were saying, Sonia, it's just, and Anisha too, it's exhausting. Like it's exhausting trying to be like all the time. That was me trying to be perfect, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious.
Also, because the funny part is it may be perfect for us, but it's totally like completely, you know, everybody has his own standard, own way to see things. So that was like, we set ourselves up beautifully.
I think you read something earlier before when we were speaking.
Yes.
A quote from something. Yes. Oh, that's absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So I was waiting to be accepted to be in this broadcast. So I come across this beautiful book. In case you haven't seen it, read it. And then the quote I come across is, "You're too busy exploring externally, hoping to find the answers to your spirituality, when all you've got to do is explore the deep space within your being. All the answers you seek are there." So,
it's lovely.
That's a quote from
I'm John. Yes, and it's just I didn't intend to read this. I was just waiting, and I picked up this book, and I just randomly opened this page, and this beautiful quote was just right in front of my eyes. So, I think I would like to share.
Yeah, well, we're going to be doing the same. We're willing to be open and following our intuition and guidance and continue exploring. Is you guys that are listening going to be doing something different based on what you've experienced in 2020? Have you discovered something that you're going to take with you that you'd like to share?
Oh, I have a good little piece here from Harish. He said, I think 2020 also showed me how significant it is to let go of the weight of the past in my energy. I've been dragging it around like it's an important part of who I am, but instead of integrating it, I've been carrying the emotions and judgments around it. And it was expressing through me as unconscious habits and patterns. Choosing to start the process of seeing the light and learning in it and transmuting the weight has helped me enormously. Yeah, that's I can totally, see myself in that as well. The carrying the emotions and judgments around it, especially for me,
Yeah. River of perfection. We can leave that one.
Just get out, drag yourself out of the river of perfection.
Now we're on the road of exploration.
Yes, and we're going to start with meditation on the membership site. We're going to backtrack to where the map began and start with meditation, and we're going to go through that. So we invite everyone who would like to do the same to do that as well. If you're interested, you'll find that in the foundational section on the membership site. Mainly because we've gone around and around the roundabout, but coming back to those core fundamental pieces, for me at least, I see things in a different way or a different light. It's like, hey, that was not there before, but I must have read it, but it didn't. It's just seen in a new light. So that's what we're going to be
exploring.
Doing. Yeah. And is anyone else going to be exploring anything as well that they'd like to share in the new year?
This is from Amanda. This is about 2020, which is, she said, in 2020, I discovered time to not be busy, time to go within and connect to my intuition. Yeah. So are you going to, I'm going to make an assumption that you're going to work with that in 2021?
Yes. So share with us, like when you explore your journey, share with us, and we always love to hear, because then together we explore new things together, and individually we explore, and then together we explore as well. Okay.
So there's a lovely little video here that is not, that I think, let me find this one, which is a lovely quote from Tony that I think is a nice thing to look at right now. So have a look. To get on the road.
We'll take that on around 2 in 2021, and we will be here every 2 weeks sharing our next highly likely potential blooper. But we will be spending January exploring, and February as well, and March. So feel free to share your journeys as well. And guys, have anything else you'd like to say? If not, we will bid everyone a happy new year and see you all next time.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
2 weeks.
2
Bye.
weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.